Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper connected for another video of Raid Shadows. Hopefully you're doing well and enjoying yourselves. Happy Eid to anyone who is watching. I know that it's coming to that time of the year and we are celebrating it as well with my partner. So hopefully you guys are doing well and having a great week. Busy week for me, obviously, in my personal life because of Eid and stuff like that. And celebrations and stuff like that are going on in Indonesia. So anyway, if you can hear any background noise, I apologize. It's just a type of year in Indonesia and a culture, etc. So it is what it is. Anyway, let's get into today's video. We are back on Brackus' account. My man Brackus, big shout out to him. A great guy for allowing me to borrow his account, and I wanted to kind of bring a light to a champion, a legendary champion that doesn't really tend to get used so much, who is actually really good in Fire Knight, right? And it's going to be our one and only Genzin, right? A lot of people know Genzin because it's YST's favorite champion with the mask. YST, funny enough, YST lives originally from a couple of miles from where I was born, right? And then I moved to London, and I didn't live far from where he was born in London. So a bit of similarities with Content Creator Small World. Anyway, anyway, let's go into his kit. Let's have a look at his kit, and then I'm going to tell you what makes him so good. So he has a one-time free hitter. Each target fills his turn meter by 6%. Mwah. We attack all enemies. There's a 75% chance, 100% chance was booked for putting an AoE defense down, and then each critical grade hit, so it'll be 5. We give this champion 50% turn meters on the boss, so it'll only be 10. So that'd be super cool. This on a 3-turn cooldown, and then they attack one enemy where ignoring killable debuffs and shield buffs. Fill the champion's turn meter by 30. Fill the champion's turn meter by 60 instead if the target has 50% HP or less after this attack. Also decreases the cooldown of the A2 and the A1. A2? Sorry, it's actually the A3. Sorry, by 1 skill if this champion kills an enemy. And then also has a cool passive, increases champion speed by 10 and resistance by 50 if the champion, if the number of the champions of this champion team is equivalent to or lower than the amount of enemies on the team. This effect works when this effect always works when fighting bosses. Really good base attack as well of 1,300 and stuff like that. So fairly not too shabby. So let's go in ahead, do this. I don't want to make this video too long. Thank God this is a very fast night, a Fire Knight scene. So we got double G-Nut. We have a one G-Nut, Kaima, a Lady Kamakagi. So we have 2 ally attacks with Longbeard, which should give you increased damage. And then we have Genzin as well. So let's go in. As you can see, we are quite heavily empowered and heavily blessed. So this does really help, obviously, with time and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and into this, and then I'll show you all the presets, the gear and stuff. I'll link down below in case you want to copy this team. It won't be as fast, but it's still quite fast as a team. There is other versions as well. You can go check out my channel of other Fire Knight teams on 10 and 6, which is what I know I tend to cover on my takeovers and stuff. So you go ahead and I will pop them on all throughout this video, and you guys can go check it out at your own will. So as you can see, we got through the waves very quickly. This guy hits like an absolute truck and stuff like that. So Brackus has turned around and said it's not 100%. There is times where if there is plenty of resistance, this can fail, but it's very rare and very consistent. So that's just something to take into consideration. At the moment, there is no Fire Knight team where it's 100% in all fairness. So this is super cool. We got 102 here, and then we're just going to run it again because it's just super fast team and super nice team as well. So I kind of really like this team and stuff like that. So I got a takeaway on the way. So my phone is going to go off anytime soon. Hopefully not any time whilst I'm recording. So we'll keep looking at this. You see how much damage Genzin is doing. It's pretty crazy, and that Kaimo as well for the waves, which is pretty insane. And then you can go ahead and look at Genzin's damage. He does pretty much the same, maybe a little bit less or a little bit more damage than Gina, and he just goes through his kit because there's so much. And he's basically in here for the waves as well to kind of help with that, with the wave clear as well. So as you see, nice little animations here. I'm pretty sure Worsty would love to get him into his finite team, to be honest. I think he's got a couple of copies. I've got one copy on my account, but I'm not put to mine. Might have to change it though. And there we are. There it is. 1 minute, 1 second again. So let's go into the presets, stuff like that. So Genzin's actually done 700,000 more. Let's go and see the presets and let's take a look at the rest of the gear and stuff like that. So yesterday, obviously, I showcased the Ice Column and Finite team. We're going to probably showcase a couple of other teams on this account as well, just to really help get some really fast clears out, right, and educate myself. So we're going to start with Lady Mikage. You can kind of see the speeds already down the screen already. I will break down the gear even more when we go check out the gear and stuff like that. So it's what we're going to open up with. As you can see, the second form is just completely shut off. You don't need it. Again, if you actually are struggling on the waves to CC because you're not empowered and stuff like that, you can actually turn on the second form and it'll just keep the stay at stuns, keeps the stuns down and just locks them down basically. So it's pretty much the same with any finite team with Lady Mikage in it. So anyway, so then we have Longbeard with open A2. So it opens with A1 and then A2, and then pretty much does the same again, and then does his stuff here. So his ally attack is basically turned off. Then we're going to go into Kaimar, so his resets off until you get to the boss, which is pretty much the same with my team, but my team is using Contraxer, and my team is also 2 minutes. I also have a video on my Contraxer team on my channel as well, so you can go check out. It's pretty crazy for speed, but it's not like this, obviously. And this is probably a bit easier to build for Brackers than it is for me. So that is pretty much Genzin, and then we have the Fire Knight King, Mr. Gina. So he does have 2, but he's only using 1, which is super cool. Anyway, let's go check out the builds and stuff like that. We'll be right back in a second. Okay, so here we are. This is the Lady Mikage. She is in immunity. I think this is for like P versus P, more or less, but we have got 1 piece of counter attack on the banner. So let's just take a look what she's got. So we go coming with accuracy, HP, and HP. And then we've got speed boots with speed ascended. Through. So there we are. The masteries, we are going to come in with these as masteries. So we have Optimus as the main one for extra turn meter, and then a little bit of damage after that. Then obviously for the blessing, he took polymorph. This is pretty much for arena. The best blessing would take would be phantom touch, right? Because there's no increased defense, so there's no point taking flawless defense. It's pretty much just about to take that. So let's worry about that. Let's have a look at the stats. Let's turn on Fire Knight just in case he's turned on some stuff. So we have max everything for Fire Knight, pretty much max speed, like 376. Mine is like 356 for my team. So honestly, not much difference between mine and his is clearing much faster. Obviously, he's doing way more damage, so that is to take into consideration. Let's take in Genzin, for example. So we have a Savage build here, which is looking pretty cool. This guy is mainly for Finite, I believe. I don't think you use them anywhere else with how beautiful Bracker's account is. And honestly is pretty beautiful. So these are the stats. We have good HP, really good attack, 6,600, really strong critical damage with the great haul bonus, and then speed and extra ignore defense. So I think overall is ignoring about 45% target defense with that plus critical damage. That actually is pretty nutty, and honestly, and he's also put an AoE defense down. So let's go ahead, look through the gear, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, if you know how to build a damage dealer, you shouldn't really need to see this. But some people like to see this anyway, so that's why I like to show it, right? Cushion Remmed is the way to go because it ignores even more defense with Cushion Ring. So if you guys are not aware, Cushion Ring is quite good for like wave clearing. So like this is huge in Curse City, right? This is bigger than pretty much like Phantom and all that stuff as well. There's another one as well which Cushion Ring is better for in like Curse City and stuff like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the masteries. So we've got Giant Slayer here and stuff like that. I suppose he's maybe not taking this because of speed tuning, maybe. I'm not too sure why. But there is probably a reason for it, in all fairness. And he is also fully booked. So that is that. Let me make sure we give you the right Kaimar, because he has a couple of Kaimar builds. I'm pretty sure it's Kaimar number 2. And it's also in Savage. This would make sense to do, right? For the boss. So let's have a look at the skills. Fire Knight, please. I wish it kind of stayed on what you wanted to say. So we got the speed of 246. The speeds are like the most important bit. Like, you don't need the crazy damage. The crazy damage just makes it more consistent and makes it more reliable and obviously faster as well, right? They're the main 3 things to take from that. So we got 246, 320 critical damage and 20% ignore defense plus whatever he's got else, and he does have Phantom Touch as that. So pretty much gonna come in here with the same stuff. He's probably using Resistance Banner just for like extra speed and to get a speed tune, and then he's just using like a leftover Savage set, which is probably a leftover Savage set for him, right? For Brackets' account. Interesting masteries actually. They're flawless here. I suppose he's ignoring enough defense already and is really not kind of worried about that, or maybe he's also using his Kaima somewhere else as well. So that's something to take into consideration. Okay, so here we are. I just wanted to double check that I had the right Kaima and the right G-Nut for you guys to make sure I wasn't getting anything terribly wrong. I already feel like I wanted to make sure you have the correct speed tunes and stuff like that. So I just had a little nose to make sure I had it. I was pretty sure I did. I just wanted to double check. You never know what makes sense, right? So this G-Nut is actually the same speed as my G-Nut. My G-Nut is roughly around about this. I think my G-Nut's a little bit more faster, but he has way more critical damage. Like, I have like 270, 260. He's got like 288. And mine's in also lethal. Crazy speed of 269 as well. And then good defense of 5,300. Not really needed so much for his damage, but it does help, right? And really helps with this. So pretty self-explanatory. His is actually in Savage, sorry, mine is in Lethal. So pretty much the same thing, but the Lethal is a little better and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and check all this out so you guys can see what's going on here. And then masteries, so Blessing will be Phantom Touch as normal. And then for the masteries, we're also going to come in with Giant Slayer, Life Drinker, Cycle of Magic, and stuff like that. You can also take Cycle of Violence as well if you wanted. That's just something to take into consideration if you want to do differently. And then the last one, right, would be a Longbeard. So he's probably not using Longbeard anywhere, to be honest, other than Fire Knight. I could imagine he could, because of how amazing his account is. We'll start with the masteries because I'm already on them. So again, pretty interesting masteries. War Master here, Cycle of Violence here, and yeah, like Life Drinker, very standard masteries for like someone like Fire Knight. Probably not the perfect of masteries in all fairness, but he doesn't need perfect masteries. So yeah, there we are. We have Phantom Touch as well. So Phantom Touch is really good. So like the 2 blessings you want to take into consideration when you're building Fire Knight teams, just in case you don't want to build this one, but you want to build something different, is flawless defense, right? So flawless defense is required, but you do need to bring increased defense, and this knocks like 8 or 5 shields off or something like that. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. I will cover this in a video one day, but at the moment I haven't really built a team with that. Normally I build with like apothecary and stuff like that. You guys can go check that out for Fire Knight 6 on my channel. It would basically be like a big guy with apothecary on it. That is the Fire Knight 6. Very free to play team, right? And very easy to book and stuff like that, and build as well. So we've got a attack banner here, we've got critical damage here, attack here, not even fully rolled. Does he even need it fully rolled? And stuff like that. And then flat here, increase critical rate there, and it's just basically leftover gear, isn't it? Super cool build to kind of see that. I would never get away with this type of build on my account. But he can rock it. Look how much like flat defense, and he's still rocking nearly 70,000 HP. That's like how insane empowerment is. Empowerment brings 7,000. Blessing brings 8,500. And blessings are more crazy than empowerments, really, in all fairness. Anyway, get back to the point, Grim. We have good attack. We have good speed of 365. That's insanely fast. Well over for critical rate, obviously. Critical damage 255, ignoring 20% ignoring defense, and then 325 accuracy. I don't know if he needs accuracy for the weekend. I didn't really pay attention to that. So there we are, guys. There is this crazy Genzin Fire Knight team. Hopefully you like this, and let me know down in the comments if you want to see any more of these type of videos. This is just an insane video. There's probably like about a few Krakens in the game that could build teams like this, right, and stuff like that. So super it's actually his slowest team out of all the dungeons, but it's so good, so good. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you tomorrow on tomorrow's uploads. So go ahead, hit that notification bell, give me a like on the bottom of the video, and I'll see you on the next video as well. Appreciate you. Also, we have started streaming on YouTube for a couple of days a week for like 2 hours for that live arena. So if you are interested in live arena content, go ahead and keep an eye on my channel. Jump in my Discord, that will also be down in the comments, and it would naturally send you a notification when I go live. If you can't make the stream, that's fine. We'll save the video to the channel. And if you want to see some more takeovers or any more type of arena content, go ahead and follow me on Twitch, where I stream 6 days a week, and we're doing takeovers and all that kind of shenanigans, as well as having a laugh, good music, good banter, odd occasion beer. You know how it is. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching to the end. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.